I still think higher. I still think higher. I still think we actually got a strong run to come. I think this kind of year-long sideways correction that we've essentially had is just a springing board to further gains as more adoption rolls out, more use cases roll out, etc. I still think risk-adjusted, ETH will do extremely well over time, just because the reason why it's expensive to use is because it's so damn popular, right? And so it's like a chain of prestige now for things to be built on, because it is the more decentralized of all of the other layer ones. So it makes sense to me. I think with the change towards ETH 2.0 coming as well, I think that narrative will build over time as well. So I still think the upside in ETH is massive in terms of market cap. Where could it go? It can go another 10x from here in terms of market cap alone. Over what period of time? Who knows?
Do you think Ethereum will flip Bitcoin in 2022, or do you think it'll flip Bitcoin ever?
Yeah, I think it will. Whether it's 2022 or not, don't really have a strong view. My guess is probably. And again, that shouldn't be taken as, oh, ETH's better than Bitcoin. It's like comparing Apple's market cap with Tesla's market cap. They're just two entirely different things, and that's okay.
Could you explain why you're so bullish on Ethereum as opposed to the other layer ones? Like, what makes it different?
So the other layer ones may well outperform, but you have more risk in them. So we've seen, for example, Solana got tested over this recent sell-off, and the chain's still a bit clunky. It has its own set of problems. And all of these come with different sets of problems. But in the right market, because they're seeing earlier adoption, the rate of change goes up faster. So from going from 1 billion to 2 billion is much easier than going from 10 billion to 20 billion or 300 billion to 600 billion. So rate of change terms, they can perform very well, but they're riskier. So ETH has that balance of being more risky than Bitcoin because it's less decentralized, we talked about before, less pure, but it still has the massive network adoption that we're looking for, which is the thing that drives prices. And network adoption is just not people buying it, it's people using it and applications being built on it. It's how you connect all the people on the network. And ETH is still far superior than anything else, but these others are coming up from a lower base. So it's that balance of risk reward. I mean, there will be lots of times you'll have FOMO if you own ETH because something else will do a lot better. Now, that's what the Bitcoin investors will say too is, okay, fine, other chains may outperform, but we're happy with the security and the safety of owning Bitcoin, and that's fine too. There's always a risk curve somewhere across all financial markets.
There's a selling point. You buy it and sell it. That's a trade. Will you be selling the news on ETH 2.0?
It depends whether it goes into the news on a high or into the news on a low. It depends how the price action is. Now, and ETH won't remain the greatest trade forever. Don't forget, I bought ETH, I don't even remember what price. It was a long way ago and a lot lower. So, that's proven itself out. It did 500% last year or 480%. So, you don't have to reprove the trade every year now from my entry price. Will I trade out of ETH into something else? For sure. When? No idea. Or will I just add other tokens, protocols, opportunities, and just keep my ETH holding? I really don't know. I keep it fluid unless I see something that fundamentally seems wrong. Maybe the sharding on ETH allows for breakages that we didn't perceive, and it becomes more difficult to use when you go to ETH 2.0 and it takes a while to get it right. Well, maybe things move to other chains for a while, and that's fine too. So it's not a crusade for me. It's a opportunistic investment. I think it's a long-term investment. I don't really think, I've already been in the trade for well over a year. Am I likely to be in the trade for the next 3 years? Most likely. Could I sell out of half of it if ETH's trading at 20K? For sure.